Hello and welcome, or welcome back, or howdy. I'm Hambbage, and we're going to play some hardcore vanilla Minecraft. Thanks so much for dropping by. Hope you guys are doing very well. I know I am. Start of a beautiful day out here. I think we're supposed to be a little bit cooler than we have been, and I'm getting a bit earlier start. I've got some half-eaten breakfast here that I want to get going, so it won't get too cold in an hour, right? It's it's tamales, so they're good in whatever state. So here we are back in the world. I think we just slept, hoping that we haven't now accidentally eradicated the village over our head by staying up all night. I think they had some golems, though, so hopefully they were securely stowed away in their houses. I hear a villager. That's good. As if to confirm his health. Alright, so let's... Still got a little bit of space here. Let's try to wrap up a bit more of this. We'll have to get back decently quick. Oh, wow. That was a big miss. Just because of our inventory. These were the ones I wanted to get. Ooh, okay. All good there. Again, just trying to give enough space around, but we've still got space to work to let these grow big and strong. While keeping the interior fairly well lit. Still not completely over full. There's one. I was figuring there had to be a couple on this wall eventually, for no other reason than to make me do some more digging and expand out this little area. Bit of a bummer there that those all touch each other. And again, for anybody who's just not aware, hasn't done anything with them before, you can silk touch no matter what. You can't move those. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. You can't piston, no moving. They are where they are. So that's why we're doing this excavating kind of around and about. And keep trying to fill the inventory here. Maybe another light there. And again, this is, ooh, we had a torch once upon a time. Just a little more light up in here. Now we do seem to be on the full side. We could dump dirt, dump an egg maybe, get a few more of these back, which is probably not a bad idea. I want to be kind of quick about this, but I also, things like seeds, I want those. We're gonna need them, and they're easy to grab eventually, but doesn't mean at this point I just want to throw them away. We'll get to the point where we can just, ha 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 ha, seeds. We don't need seeds, but I think this is something we probably need to get dealt with here. Before it just absolutely floods us out. Still daylight up there in this day. Okay, let's come back through down here. A little bit of a last deal because we're pretty full. Let's go see what kind of damage we did up here. See villagers. Alright. Speaking of the seeds that we have in our hands, since we're out here in a place where they grow, and oh, we do not have wheat. Let's do that. Oh, I love my little pig foot. Guys, did you know that there's these things called skins, and you can actually make your own, and it's probably, oh, well, I shouldn't say that. I am joking. I know that everybody knows about skins. I'm just hopelessly slow on some of that kind of stuff, and about what 9 years late to the skins party. But no, it's surprisingly easy to do relative to what it is, right? When you think like I'm just picking some colors and stuff like that, and you can really add in the level of complexity you want to have. Are those even full? So you can put in time to make it a real, almost work of art, or you can just do something quick, and be ready to go. No plug or anything, but I think it was Minecraft Skins, maybe with a Z. I don't even remember now. If you Google up how do I create my own Minecraft skin, that's what I did, and it was pretty easy. And I kind of made it tougher on myself, and the reason why I hadn't done more earlier was that I was going to do it in the same photo editing stuff that I do my thumbnails and all that in, and it looks like, what am I getting into? This is going to take me forever to get this done, because it's like, if you think like paper dolls, and I only know this because I had a big sister. I never really did a whole lot, but I remember when I'd be getting like sticker books and all that kind of stuff. She would sometimes get the paper doll books, and they're like, everything on the page is flat, right? But if you cut them out with the little scissors and all that, then you can have all these pieces, like a bunch of shirts and all that. And classically, paper dolls are kind of 2D, not 1D. They are flat, and so you have like a front, right? And then, as I recall, the whole idea of paper dolls is you have a piece of paper cut out as a doll, and then you have a bunch of paper outfits with tabs, right? And you fold the tabs over the shoulders, and then the clothes hang in front of them, so you can, just see that one layer over the thing. Well, if you think of that, and again, I'm not trying to make this a paper dolls thing or anything, but if you think of that image and then think of your skin, you're largely doing the same thing. You get one layer to make your self, right? So I have a pink pig. It's not anthropomorphically correct or anything like that. It's not indecent. It's kind of like a cartoon pig, obviously, very much so. But it's just the pig's skin, and then there's a wrapper layer on the outside of that. And for that's where I made the shirt and the lei and the grass skirt and the I think I put the snout and the ears on the outer layer too, just so they'd have a little more texture. And again, it doesn't matter. I'm not playing on a server. I'm solo. That's why I never bothered with skins. I was just like, it's just me, and usually I'm in this view, especially when I'm not taking thumbnails. So I never looked at myself. I was like, oh yeah, I guess I have the Steve skin. But clearly, when you're out running around in the world and taking pictures and putting them up on a YouTube video, kind of nice to have your own look and feel. So thanks for checking that out. Hope you guys are comically enjoying my my Hambbage pig. And yeah, I guess we talked about it at one point, but for anybody who doesn't know, I call myself Hambbage as a contraction of ham and cabbage. It's a dish I like to make, not so much in the summer. I haven't even thought about it in the last few months, but particularly fall and winter as a healthy, easy alternative, making up a big crock pot of ham and cabbage, usually with like some lentils or something in there to make it filling and good, but not if you've got that ready at hand, you're not as likely to order a pizza or, make a quick run for some fast food or run for or hold for a bag of chips or something like that. You're going to eat, a healthy, good ingredient. So, Hambbage is what I started referring to one of those dishes, which is largely, less filling in the lentil or beans or any of that kind of sense, and much more just cabbage with the protein of the meat. And I've always thought the flavors of that work really well together. Um, it tastes light. The cabbage is not a heavy um, filler. So it's got that going for it. So I think we'll just go with those. Trying to combine them into our existing structure of storage is going to be difficult. Let's top that off. So all in all, for a quick little pop-out, I think we had like 15 minutes left at the end of the last episode. And I was like, oh yeah, let's just go run around and see what we've got. Did that and then some. So we now have another of our items. These, let's get to, I would imagine eventually we're going to have glistening melons we've just found in chests or something like that. But you throw the hay down in the corner. So I usually grid out my food chest, prepared foods, ingredients, and right now, because I haven't done any farming, I'm planning out the seed crops even further away from that, so I don't just, fit of hog-like hunger, cook up something that I don't want to or need to start a crop eventually. So before that, though, we'd primarily been on diamond gathering as our top priority. That's kind of where we're at content-wise. We need, call it 24 diamonds to really round out what'll get us our gear. Let's take a look here. So I've got, there's my little piggy snout. You can't really see my piggy ears under the helmet. That's right, though. Pig ears are up high. Just a little hint of my luau shirt. So we need 14, 11, 12, 5 and 7. 12, so a dozen just for our armor, and then tools, we'll need picks. We'll need everything, but basically we need at least one pick to try to enchant, and then the 2 that I think we still have for the enchanter. Now we could set up for, I want to put this away, for a quick round of enchanting. And that was part of our plan, was to go after cows and get leather and more steak. Almost a big goof. Was a big goof. We went all the way down the stairs, so we'll own it. We made a mistake, but we need torches to keep pressing out and on. So I think this time we'll go back to our tunneling, see if we immediately hit more kind of cavernous spaces, or if we're into areas that separate. But I'm going to take a sip of coffee here as we're walking down the stairs. That's good. A little hazelnut flavor in the coffee today. And boy, do I need it. I tell you what, guys, I'd kind of thought I would come back and do this return episode from our Amethysts in the evening, but I stopped for dinner. Kind of got diverted a little bit, and just never quite got back around to recording. I did not finish the book that I've been reading for a while, which is The Stand, and I'm close to the end of. But I was reading some stuff online, and then I was kind of bouncing around, and I was looking at just some random sci-fi stuff online, and kind of just poking around at like little beginnings of books and things that I may at some point want to read. And then I was like, all right, well, it's a little early, but let's get to bed. Time for if I'm not recording, not staying up late. It was today's Friday, I think. Is today Friday? I think today's Friday. I got stuff going on today. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I gotta get to bed. I'd had the dripping water in my place the night before, so I hadn't slept very well. I was like, all right, well, this is going to be it. I'm due for a catch-up night. And I'd been watching Top Gear, as I said, old reruns on Prime as I was, again, I wasn't very plugged in as I was just reading stuff on the web, so it wasn't like I was, curled up in the overstuffed armchair with reading glasses on and a soft fire burning and having a literary moment or anything like that. No, I had the TV on in the background and would kind of be distracted and all that. Just a relaxing, nice evening. But I'd been watching and was like, well, you know what? It's like 11. I'll go to bed. And then I was like, nah, maybe I'll watch another episode here, just while we've got it going. I watched all that. I was like, no, this is not putting me to sleep. I need something else. So I watched one of the Riff Tracks movies. I think I've watched all of them that are available on Prime now. And those are the old Mystery Science Theater 3,000 comedians that put their own jokes over the top of old cheesy movies. And I'd actually begun watching the one before, but I'd fallen asleep in the middle of it. It was Time Chasers, pretty bad, which is the point, right? They want bad movies, and I love a good bad old B movie. Oh, some of the best stuff out there. That's why my movie watching and all that kind of stuff is so eclectic, because I'm probably more entertained by a first effort of some director that's totally independent and self-financed and all that than I am by the latest. I don't even know if the Transformers franchise is around or some of those. I'm not hating the big summer blockbuster action movie kind of stuff. I enjoy those too, but I kind of find like the bad. How are they going to make a special effect is just as appealing and more entertaining than when there's a big budget trying to do special effects and they look bad. Just my take on it, but not to mention sometimes when you're out, watching obscure movies that nobody's ever heard of, sometimes you find real gems and they're good, So anyway, I was watching this one, and it, for whatever reason, that kept me engaged this time. I was kind of watching, and at times I'd kind of like roll over so I'm not looking at the screen at all, and close my eyes and start to drift off. And then I hear somebody be like, "What are they talking about now?" And I'd like look over and look, and then I'd find out I was watching again. So I get all the way through that movie, and I'm like, well, now what am I gonna do? Now it's getting late, and it's like, I'm still not asleep and wide awake. What am I doing? Um, so I did the old fallback. I got up, walked around, got some water, a little bit of water, but actually stayed up for a little bit in my apartment, and then went back to bed fresh and tried to do it. And I was gonna watch like some of my purchased movies that I've seen so many times they fall asleep, but those were all just kind of irritating me. Like, no, this isn't it either. So eventually, I fell back on the sci-fi thing, and I went classic audiobooks on YouTube, and I don't know all the legality of that. It's why I don't play any of the music in the game here. I figure you guys can throw some music on in the background on your own systems if you're hanging out. Um, but I know that there are a lot, and especially stuff that's outside copyright. Then have at it. You can have an audiobook and a reader, and good luck to you. And a lot of them have a ton of views. Um, but it's kind of weird, I guess, unless you know what you're looking for. Like, if you know you're looking for a particular title, like let's say you want to you want to hear some Dickens, right? You want to listen to Great Expectations from Charles Dickens. If you search on that in YouTube, it's easy. You'll get a bunch of different versions of an audiobook, somebody else's production of Charles Dickens' Great Expectations, and you can pick your one and go. But if you just type in like classic audiobooks or audiobooks in general or anything like that, you'll get some individual books and you'll get some channels of books, but they're basically playlists, and you don't have any good control over those as you drop in. And that makes me wonder, it's kind of a rat's nest. And this is going through a Roku, so it's not like on YouTube where I can just kind of like scan the list and see what all's coming up. Not that, these are all hours and hours long, and that's kind of the point. Well, I found somebody had a playlist of sci-fi classic literature. And when they say classic, these are the, like, I imagine the old obscure um, titles, like from old sci-fi and mystery, the magazines of like the 50s, where a lot of the authors that we now know of got their start, as high school kids and all that. So I don't know how classic some of this was. Whatever the first one was, I'd never heard of it. I think it did the trick. I maybe listened to 10 minutes before I was out cold. So sometimes it's just a matter of finding the right thing to engage your brain enough and knock you out. So I did that, but after thinking the night before was a bad night of sleep, it was into the wee hours of the morning before when I last looked at my clock. So that was a bit unexpected, and I do have a night out tonight. So I kind of hope to be well rested. So there may be maybe a break or just a couple episodes, and then I may be getting a nap today to kind of make sure I'm alert and awake heading into things. But that's neither here nor there. We're going right now. It's still fairly early in the morning. We've got plenty of time to get going, and we'll see if I throw good caution to sense to the wind and go exorbitantly long. Once again, all of your feedback is what makes this so much fun and makes me want to dive back in. I was kind of like, all right, get the coffee going. Just slow start this morning, not really charged up too much, and then I open it up. You guys are awesome. The comments, the views, and another subscriber along the way. I don't have that many that they're coming in waves, so it's still a rush and a thrill to see that you guys care enough to want to see when my next videos are coming out. So thank you so much, really do appreciate it. And for anybody that's just tuning in, I'm just out here seeing how this can go and interested in providing this content for you guys. In case and in hopes that you also like playing some hardcore vanilla Minecraft, or if you've never tried it, that maybe someday you'll give it a try. Maybe you're a builder and you primarily work in creative. Well, that's cool and that's awesome. But maybe set up a hardcore world alongside it at some point. See how you do. Only one way to find out. And if nothing else, at least I'm showing people that while it smarts when you lose a world from dying, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean the game's over or you have to stop playing or feel bad or anything. It's just a chance to start fresh and do things again. And as you're probably sensing from me, there are parts of the game that you'll get very familiar with because you kind of got to go through some of the process every time to get your world established and going. Not quite to pick join. While we're doing this one and the next one, I'm going to sip some more coffee. That is tough, unfortunately, instead of smooth basalt, which would be another amethyst. Sorry, the deep slate is a pretty good opportunity for me to get a little caffeine, keep the morning. Ooh, kind of neglected something along the way here. Oh man, that's what happens when you try to drink coffee when you should be focused on mining and setting your torches. So, sadly, nothing yet on the diamond front, but we made it back home, restocked, got going, brought all that amethyst back, so good start, but not especially diamond clad in our first half of this episode, but we are just over halfway by my clock. I did note the time this time, and let's see if we can pull some goodies in the second half here. Well, not everyone can just be densely jammed with all kinds of goodies. Alright. Already hear the AC cranking. I just looked, when I go out for my morning walk, I don't open anything. It's too predictable. And I get my most internal airflow from my deck doors. I have two rooms that open out onto my patio deck. And, it's got a little fence thing. It's not just open to the public, but it's not secure, right? You could easily hop over it. A lot of times, if I've got like bulky groceries or something like that, I'll just take most of them, lean them over to a little bench I have on the other side of the fence, save the trips, and then just bring them all from inside. So that's not going to keep anybody out, and it's a repeated enough pattern that if somebody was out there looking and wanted to do no good, they'd know, hey, I could go. So I don't tend to leave things open up when I'm predictably gone. And obviously I have windows, but only in kind of the room I'm in now, kind of my, I guess, main room or living room. And then in my bedroom. And they're on opposite sides. And the room I'm in now, actually, because I'm a guy, so it looks a little ghetto, but I keep a very light, like, blanket hung over the top of my kind of slatted blinds to keep the glare, because there's holes where the strings go to manipulate the slats, right? And there's gaps between the panels of those slats. And when you're looking at a computer screen, sitting dead onto them, you get little laser beam pinpricks of light that at times are hitting you right in the face. And sometimes I have to pause and say, excuse me just a second, I gotta go, because the sun will shift or a cloud will move, and all of a sudden, around the bottom of that even, you'll just get a glare thing that you gotta go tweak a little bit. So trying to open those windows just makes that fall down, and then I gotta go hang it again over the top of the blinds and all that. It's more trouble than it's worth, really. So I kind of hold off for the doors. By the time I got back from my walk and was setting up here, I checked the temperature, and it was already up over 70 degrees, which doesn't do a lot of good if you're trying to cool the house so that the AC doesn't run at 75. So it's a losing battle at the moment. But starting tomorrow, unfortunately for the weekend, we're supposed to have quite a bit of rain, or a front coming through. I think they said like 80-90% chance of showers both days, but I don't know. I don't know if that's nonstop or just yeah. It's incredibly likely that you'll get a bit damp. Who knows? Does it entirely matter at this point that we're doing 5x5 torch pattern anymore? Probably not. We're never going to come this far down on a building project, but it's nice to have the repetition and know that we could connect them up if we needed to. Again, as you'll probably notice, not doing too much grabbing of the stuffs as we go along here. And we are already to ocean. We're kind of heading for that village, right? There we go. Not a massive outcrop by any means. Fine, let's get the other light on here. I am grabbing them though. I had enough inventory space for that. Let's use that to hop down. Go 6, so we could make the hat. Kind of want to hold out for the pants, really. We're still doing pretty well on time, so let's see if we can add to that just a bit. another one of those, and we're fully kitted out for... Is that right? Fully kitted out for diamond armor, so we're... Oh, there's some deep slate. Coffee time. That is a lot of deep slate. Hey, look at all that section. That's huge. Alright, we found a thing. Let's just... Ooh. Something got dropped above. Well, this is lame. What are you doing to me, game? Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll swap there. Probably have just enough to finish off this pick. And maybe combine the torches. So we can come back and gather up what we'd already passed over. Then we'll head back. And that should work out pretty well on our timing. Close. 4 more. Still not there on the torch yet. First zombies we've heard in quite a while. All right. This looks sort of ocean. Being that we're crossing an ocean, that makes a lot of sense. So I think... Ooh. No! Yes. Okay, good. Oh, it didn't work. Did not work. Alright, well. No. Okay. I don't know how long this is going to last us. We shall see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, are you... No! Oh, this current. Well, this is a good way to waste all the time that's left when we have no inventory. Was it that one? Alright, I think that... So what we need is magma blocks. Well, that brought us back. By the time we get all the way back up, do our sort and everything, we should be pretty well done. Getting across that ocean is going to be difficult unless we're already there. I mean, it's kind of hit or miss deal. That was just a bit of water. Yeah, getting back across the ocean, you know, if we're already there, maybe we are. Remember all the... So I'm just looking at the biome to see when we catch the edge of that ocean again. Remember how much of the boat trip we did. And of course, we're moving faster in the boat than we do when we're just running along here. But we have made it through quite a bit without really even noticing. That's awesome. More lukewarm. And then there's some beach and river. That was our little blurb of desert. And then we should get to forest. This is the other little section of ocean. That's kind of that islandy desert section. Another river or ocean or something. Band here, and then we should be into our forest. Went a long way for 6 diamonds. Okay, it was a river. And now we're into the little flat forest area right beyond our house where all the single bee lives and where we met our villager. And we're back. Alright, we can get rid of that. Snack a bit. Zoop. Alright, let's start here. Lots of stuff to dump. Cobbled. That will actually go in our random item box. Looks like it's just dawn. Dirt and gravel. Cook up some iron. Get a little XP. Ooh, not quite to level 34. There we go. And some gold, which we can, of course, use for apples. Speaking of which, doubled our apple count. Very, 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 very good stuff. Alright. Flints. Let's top off all these that we can. Did quite a bit of cooking. And we'll make up our tools. So I'm thinking for the next one, maybe we just keep our alternating pattern going and head overworld again. Go in another direction. See what else awaits us out there. As I said in the whenever it was, before we headed out the last time, there's other ways to find gold. We don't have to just find it underground. We could find stuff in desert temples or villages or shipwrecks, all that good stuff. And we need the cows very badly, because let's take a quick tally here. We have 14, not horrible, but we need 35 or so roughly, because we got a few books. Actually, we're doing not too shabbily. Let's do that. We still got a little bit of time. Let's go harvest our impromptu sugarcane farm. Can get a real good feel of how we're doing. Get on land. Also, thought we'd set this all up to have. Maybe we were out of torches at the time or something. Continue around our welcoming point here. Not too bad. Kind of like it. And we have a few now pieces of cane. We can knock these down as well. Boat is not Not in a good place. Couldn't walk over it. All right, we got a full day. We are at 55, so not quite done yet. Let's pick away at a little boring progress here just with the last couple minutes as I begin to wish you all a very fond farewell. I think we're doing great. It's good to be back in another play session. We'll get a couple episodes in today and see where that can get us. I would really like to be fully diamond up and set for enchanting, if at all possible, before we wrap up. And maybe look at doing our loft. I have to see on that. Ooh, the other thing we can do here is fill in that ditch, because I do not like that ditch. Let's see, what lasts longer, the shovel or our time? There's your answer. Grab all this up. We gotta do this. Good, it was just one. I don't mind the contours and stuff like that. I just don't like the whole having to hop down below water level just to cross the property out to where we've been doing more tree chopping and all that good stuff. So this is a nice, quick, easy win. Very good. I'm not trying to push it into anything more than it has to be. It's just, again, a little bit more progress there. Keep picking away. Excess dirt. Peony. Seeds. We did have a bit more there. There we go. 15 books. So we're at 5. We need 15. So we need, that makes 5, I should say, bookcases. We need 15 total bookcases. So we've got a third of the books needed for those. The wood is no problem. So that gives you a little idea of where we're at. We do need a few extra books beyond that. We need one for the enchanting table and then a few to mix in for our actual enchanting. So leather being the limiting factor there. You know, once we harvest our sugarcane again, which should be the easy part, one more bookcase worth. So plenty more to go, that's for sure. But I think that's going to wrap us up. You guys, as always, have been absolutely awesome. I just know you have out there in viewer land. You're enjoying it. Hope you continue to do so. Come on back for future episodes and fun. There should be more in store as we go. Again, like I said, I think our next episode, whereas this one we spent underground, kind of, running a underground tunnel looking for diamonds. I got a few more. In the next one, we will change our focus to overworld and do a little explore, gather, all that good stuff. See what the world has in store for us. So without further ado, I know I've had lots of extra ado as we've been going on here. You guys take care. Have a good break. I'm going to take one. I'm going to finish up my breakfast while I get up and move around a little bit, not look at the screen. I'll get this first video loaded and let you guys know I'm doing some recording today. And then we will see you all back here whenever you're ready. That's the beauty of YouTube and recorded content. It's here for you when you're ready. So we'll see you back for the next one. Until then, take care and stay awesome. See y'all. Oh, wait. Oh, let's save it. Then see y'all. Take care.